Good afternoon. I'm Travis County Judge Andy Brown. Thank you all very much for joining us today as we celebrate this incredible step in a demonstration of support for Travis County families. Today, the Travis County Commissioners Court approved Item 12, the Travis County Cares Creating Access for Resilient Families Initiative, where we decided to invest and expand access to affordable, high-quality, early childhood care and after-school summer programs serving low-income county residents. Travis County cares about our community and has shown up time and time again to support a vision where everybody here in this county can thrive. When we invest in childcare, the whole community benefits. There are lower incarceration rates, lower health care costs, and a better educated workforce. It allows parents who want to return to the workforce to do so earlier, which benefits families and the economy overall. Travis County faces the highest child care costs in the state of Texas. The average child care cost here is $13,000, which is higher than an in-state tuition at the University of Texas. Travis County and the City of Austin invested significant resources from the American Rescue Plan Act to stabilize child care systems during the pandemic. But despite these investments, an estimated 2,000 children between 0 and 35 months still don't have care. And there is a 24-month-long wait list for a family seeking a child care stipend, and this is unacceptable. As members of the Travis County Commissioners Court, we hear frequently from families who are struggling to meet just those basic needs. That's why we're taking this next big step so that we can alleviate this financial burden for working families and ensure that every child, regardless of socioeconomic status, has access to the nurturing care that they deserve. For both early childhood and after-school care, the Travis County Cares Initiative is going to increase the number of scholarships available for children and their families to access care. It will expand access to care outside the regular workday so that people like nurses and restaurant workers can access care when they have work. It will build quality and capacity in centers because children thrive in higher quality settings. It will create a business-government alliance to incentivize private employers to offer child care stipends to their workforce. These strategies help families as parents and caretakers are able to go back to school and to join our workforce. These strategies help businesses as they gain access to a growing and more stable workforce. The proposed 2.5-cent tax rate increase will generate about $75 million and provide early childhood and after-school care for over 8,000 children who will benefit from this program. Today's action by the Travis County Commissioners Court demonstrates one of the many ways that we need our local government to step up to do all we can to support working families and provide equal opportunities for them to thrive. Thank you very much for being here today. Thank you everybody who has been here all day. And I'm going to pass it now to my good friend and colleague, Commissioner Jeff Trevelyan.
Good afternoon. I'm proud to stand with our entire community here because, what we're really talking about is taking care of kids in Title I environments, wherever the Title I environment is, whether we're talking about the Eastern Crescent or whether we're talking about Lago Vista. And if you're in Travis County, we want to make sure that all people have access to quality child care. Why is that so important? If you've grown up around poverty, and I grew up the child of teachers in Mississippi, the poorest state in the Union, and what my father as a principal knew, and what my mom as a homemaking teacher knew was, look, I've got a lot of kids here whose parents who are working for someone, who are domestic for someone. They don't make a lot of money. They have to work long hours. What can we do to make sure that their kids are taken care of? So my dad kept his school open until 7 o'clock every night. Didn't ask for a ton of money. He knew that his kids that were in programs were not his kids that were going to be in trouble. He knew that if they had a safe place to be, if someone could help them with their homework, if they could get a third meal, they could talk about jobs that were going to be available to them, then they'd do all right. And I don't go home my dad's 93 now. I don't go home without somebody saying, that Dr. Trevelyan was onto something. That school was onto something because he gave the community a place for our children to be raised up. That is our greatest generation. Our greatest generation made all of these commitments and made all of these sacrifices even when they couldn't vote. Even when they couldn't vote. But we have the opportunity through our vote to deliver the most important thing that we can do. You know, it's important that we invite Tesla here, that we invite Samsung here, that we have Apple here. But if our kids aren't trained to work in those places, what is the benefit of bringing Fortune 500 companies here? It is important that we make sure, just like when we talk about affordable housing, it's not just the house. It is how close are you to public transit. It's how close are you to the doctor's office. Can the public transit get you to your school? It is important that we make the investments that are necessary to make our children whole. It's important that we make sure that they're safe places to be, that there are opportunities to learn, and that we build them together. The only way that we're going to get the community that we deserve is if we decide what's most important to us and build it ourselves. And what we're talking about today, through our vote, through our time, through our commitment, is building the best community in the state and in the country together. So let's continue to work together. Let's continue to fight together. And let's build something that our children and our grandchildren will be proud of when they talk about us. Thank you.
All right, up next we have David Smith, CEO for the United Way of Greater Austin. There you are.
Good afternoon. I'm David Smith, as Judge Brown said. So proud and honored to serve as the CEO for United Way for Greater Austin. I'm going to start today with my remarks by reading a statement from Mayor Kirk Watson. He is sorry he couldn't be here today because of a previous commitment, but has been supportive of these efforts all along, and we are grateful for his ongoing commitment and leadership to expand child care, as well as his efforts to get us to this point. He sent this statement, and I'll read this on his behalf, and then I'll share my statement. Mayor Watson writes, "Increasing access to quality, affordable child care is the key to unlocking economic opportunity throughout our community. And I want to thank our Travis County partners for taking the lead on this community-wide effort to invest in a robust, equitable child care system. For Austin, Texas, to be a complete city, a city where everyone can make a good life, a city where everyone can afford to raise a family and be part of all that Austin has to offer, we must give more people the opportunities to have good-paying, meaningful careers that will sustain and support families. Access to quality, affordable child care is essential to that objective. I'm pleased we are taking this important step in realizing these crucial goals. Again, thank you to Mayor Watson for his strong support and leadership." And so now I'm grateful to get to share my remarks. So thank you all for being here today. United Way for Greater Austin is always about getting at the root causes of our community's biggest challenges and never about just putting Band-Aids on situations. We do that by bringing our community together to break economic barriers and build opportunity for all. That all includes our youngest children and their families. In a time when they say we're more divided than ever, here is a cause that unites us, our children. Learning starts the day we're born, and we know that 90% of the brain develops in the first 5 years of life. Experiences during those early years literally build the architecture of the brain, making early care and education instrumental for a thriving region. That is why we're so excited and so grateful to Judge Brown, Commissioner Trevelyan, and all of the commissioners for their leadership in putting families first by letting us decide to invest in our children. The data is clear. Those investments pay off. When we invest in our kids, everything we don't want goes down and everything we do want goes up. Dropout rates, involvement in the juvenile justice system all go down. When we invest, graduation rates, health outcomes, earning potential all go up. In addition, quality, affordable childcare opens up opportunities for family members to work, creating a cycle of success for not only that family, but for all of us, for our entire community. And talk about being a uniting issue, this effort is uniting the business community, the city, the county, ACC, AISD, the list goes on and on. A huge thanks to all of you who have been supporting this from the very beginning. There are too many to start mentioning names, but you know who you are, and we see you, and we are grateful for you and your role in getting us to this place today. We at United Way are thrilled to have been leading with Success by Six and so many supportive partners to this moment to expand affordable quality childcare, and we're honored to be partnering now with so many strong leaders for our children in out of school time. I remember growing up, in every election cycle, every politician would say in every election, let's invest more in education. And it always seemed like not that much really happened. Well, here we are today with leaders following through on a bold and clear commitment to our children and our families. So now it's up to us, all of us, to come together and be a resounding voice now and in November to show our kids and families that we are committed to doing what it takes for everyone to reach their full potential. Thank you for joining us today and ongoing for what will be a brighter future for all families in Travis County. It's now my honor to introduce Tammy Blackman.
Good afternoon. First, I want to say thank you to Judge Andy Brown and the commissioners. As a business owner and a family child care business owner, this will mean sustainable funding for family child care and supports for providing high quality child care that pays us equitable wages. It'll mean sustainable funding that provides access to resources and materials needed to implement a part of HB 2607 for certified Texas Rising Star providers that provide care for subsidized families. This will mean sustainable funding that will again provide business supports and coaching and mentoring for owners again that require as a part of HB 2607. Without this sustainable funding, we would probably just wither away and start closing different facilities. Now we have support, but there's still a lot of work to do on this ballot initiative. Earlier, I stated that we are the heart of child care, and that if that heart stopped beating, there would be failure in other areas of the body. But today, the Judge Andy Brown, and the commissioners said, yes, we will support you all. And again, I say thank you. Now we need to have everyone in our communities come out and support us as well. Now, I will introduce to you the awesome Jamie Garcia of the Andy Roddick Foundation.
Well, thank you. This is a great day to celebrate for our children, for our families, for our Austin community. I couldn't be more proud to stand up here. We are excited to continue discussion on a significant investment in our children to provide opportunities for them to continuously grow and build skills during after school and summer hours. Costs and access are the two barriers for children attending after school and summer programs. For every one child that's in a program, there are 3 more that are on a waiting list. For the last decade, 2 million less children are enrolled in after-school programs. 98% of them are from lower-income families. They're losing opportunities to go ahead and build relationships, participate in academics and enriching activities. They also don't have the opportunity to stay safe and supervise while their parents are working. High-quality after-school and summer programs lead to increased participation, engagement in school, higher attendance. And this is so important during a time that we're seeing higher chronic absenteeism in Central Texas. Children attending after-school and summer programs have higher academic success rate, social growth, and stronger peer relationships, stronger confidence, and increased self-control. The lack of quality after school care is costing our county in a short term and long term. Without parents, without care, parents cannot participate in and complete education, training programs, be in the workforce so they can go ahead and thrive. A local investment in affordable quality childcare and out of school time programs will result in better outcomes for our children. I'll say it again. Greater workforce participation, which is important, and making sure that families can have economic stability and a stronger economy for Travis County. Studies show that for every dollar invested in an after-school and summer program, there are at least $9 in a return of investment. Because as we stated earlier, you have a reduction in high school dropouts, teen pregnancy, crime, and delinquency. We are proud to represent and support a large network of 40 after-school and summer program organizations. We stand united in recognizing the critical role that high-quality programs are providing and nurturing for our next generation. A stable and sustainable environment in after-school and summer program is a cornerstone to youth development strategies in Travis County. We are committed to ending and closing that learning gap, creating better opportunities for our children today so they have better choices for tomorrow. This is the right time to make an incredible investment, a significant investment into our children so we can create a stronger future for Travis County. So I want to thank Judge Brown, Commissioner Trevelyan, all of the commissioners for moving this important investment forward. Thank you so much.
Howdy. I'm only going to say that because I've been asked about 6 times if I'm an Aggie this afternoon. So I gotta do that plug there. My name is Bo Jenkins. I'm with ABC Home and Commercial Services. My father, our owner and CEO, Bobby Jenkins, could not be here today, unfortunately, but he did want to send a statement of support for this because he is a big believer in affordable child care and also available child care as well. So here's his statement. He said, first, I want to thank Judge Brown and Commissioner Trevelyan for bringing this important item to the Commissioner's Court today, and to thank the full court for voting to move forward with this important investment. I strongly support increasing investments in child care and after-school programs. Access to affordable, high-quality child care is not just a family issue, it is a workforce and economic issue that impacts businesses across every sector. Child care investments are infrastructure investments, which are investments in our community. A robust child care system allows parents to remain in the workforce, increasing employee retention and also productivity. According to the U.S. Chamber of Commerce, turnover and absenteeism due to child care issues in Texas cost businesses more than $9 billion annually. And in Travis County alone, businesses lose over $350 million annually. Investing in child care pays dividends by reducing these costs, enabling parents to be fully present and focused at work. Lack of child care is a significant barrier preventing parents, especially mothers, from entering or remaining in the workforce. Across the U.S., nearly 2 million parents have had to quit, not take a job, or significantly change their jobs due to child care issues. And for the employees of my company, employees in many other key industries like construction, hospitality, and healthcare in Travis County, the lack of non-traditional hour care in the mornings, in the evenings, in the weekends is a huge challenge for our increasing child care supply when and where families need, and addressing child care affordability expands the available talent pool companies can hire. A recent task force here in Travis County estimates that increasing child care investments, as proposed today by the Commissioner's Court, would create over 4,500 new jobs. That's a great thing for all of us, it's a great thing for our families, and it's a great place that we call home. An investment in early child care is an investment in the current and future workforce that will pay dividends through a thriving economy, which is why I lend my full support. Thank you, and gig 'em. Thank you. And I will now pass it to Hope Green.
Hello, everyone. My name is Hope Green. I'm an Austin native, born and raised, and I recently watched an interview with President Biden as he was reflecting on his early days as a senator. The president stated that the reason he took the train from Delaware to D.C. every night as a single parent was because he couldn't afford childcare at that time, and he needed the support of his family to help care for his small kids. Affordable childcare is not about which facility you choose and how much it costs. We must examine the system as a whole. What other sacrifices do these families have to make? If you pay for childcare, will you not be able to pay your health care premiums? Are you not able to have childcare and car insurance? And what if you get a ticket and you're not able to put you in a whole nother situation? I really try hard not to be one of those folks that sits around and complains, but helps develop solutions. So I offer this thought. Let's not just focus on how much childcare facilities charge, but let's focus on the entire ecosystem. When big corporations come to town, maybe instead of granting them huge tax breaks, collect those taxes. Then use them to build a better childcare system. An investment in early child development is an investment in the future of this country. Government always seems to find the money to do lots of things that people don't ask for. We can find a way to get this done. So use your vote and stay in the fight.
All right, I think that is everybody. Commissioner Ann, you want to come stand with us up here? So I guess we'll open it up to questions. If there are any questions right now, Commissioner.
Will there be a tax rate election? And for the average homeowner in our county, how would it impact them if they vote yes or no?
So we officially moved as a unanimous Commissioners Court to direct staff to come back to us with the details of this proposal. What Commissioner Trevelyan and I moved today was that it'd be a 2.5-cent tax. It would raise about $75 million or so. I think for the average household in Travis County, I think that's about $10 a month, I believe. But we won't know that exact impact until TCAD comes back with the actual estimates later in the year. That sounds right. It really is just a guess at this point until TCAD comes back with the final appraisals and our budget folks get with them and figure out exactly what that impact would be. But we will be back here in Commissioners Court for the final vote to put it on the ballot. But what today is, I think the commissioners demonstrated unanimous support for this effort at the 2.5 cents that Commissioner Trevelyan and I asked for. Oh, awesome. Thank you.
Why is this a proposal that y'all feel is necessary at this time?
Commissioner, why do we feel necessary at this time to bring this forward?
So there are a number of reasons. What we found out with the pandemic was that there was a lot of learning loss. What we also found out was that we lost a lot of child care workers. And we found that there are a number of kids that are on waiting lists. And the reason that they're on waiting lists is that we don't have trained teachers to teach them. So we want to work on the supply side as well. How can we work with ACC, which is providing a free education? How can we work with the families that want and are asking for this type of help? You know, when I go to a youth sports game, I have a 7-year-old grandson, 3-year-old granddaughter. I talk to parents. When I go to churches, I talk to parents, and they say, I cannot afford $200 more a month, not for each child. And it is important that we take every opportunity to build the resources that are necessary. And now is a critical time because we are coming out of a pandemic, and there are real job opportunities here. There are real training opportunities here. And we want to make sure that everybody who wants to work in this environment has an opportunity to do so.
Awesome. All right. Well, thank y'all very much. We'll let you know when the next vote to officially put it on the ballot happens. And until then, really want to thank everybody here for your support. Let's give y'all a round of applause. I know I see people from our local unions, from AFSCME, from LIUNA, from ACC. We've got Councilmember Allison Alter here today. Sean Hassan, I saw him a second ago from ACC. And I know we had Arthi Singh from AISD here earlier today. And of course, we've got Commissioner Howard behind us with me and Commissioner Trevelyan in our tennis outfit. So thank you all very much for being here today.